Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday morning. I'm getting my screens together. All right. Well, happy morning. This is what day are we on? I had it in the title when I set it up, but now I don't remember. Just that quick, it's gone. Let me see. Not that it matters a whole lot. We're here. We are on. Let's see, day number, is this 14 or 15? We're on day number 14. So we're about halfway through. So thank you for joining in with the challenge. This morning, as usual, drop your feelings. How are you feeling today? Use your feeling words. Good morning, Kimberly. I hope you guys are practicing, using your feeling words. And this morning, I thought I would share a piece that I've written, poem, story, maybe, but it has been inspired by this process of just speaking it in different ways. Sometimes we hear differently when it's in a different form. A song can hit me one way, and then a poem may hit me another way, or a book another way. Feeling refreshed. That's a good way to go into the next week, feeling refreshed. So I thought I'd share that this morning when I thought about what's the best inspiration I can give to those who are committing to this time of healing and coming into this space this morning, maybe in need of encouragement. And so this piece is called The House That Healing Built. Let me move it around so I can see it and not get my technology all tangled up, because I'll be praying for my technology some mornings. Let's see, let me go here so I can see it. Bear with me. I have to get my stuff situated so that I don't get sidetracked. Good morning, Mayor. How are you doing? They're waiting on me to get myself together. I didn't quite have all my screens prepared for myself this morning, so I'm doing my best. This is what it looks like this morning. How are you guys feeling? Drop those in the chat. All right, so this piece is called The House That Healing Built. There are places inside me I had to learn how to visit without fear. There are truths I had to name before I could carry them without shame. There are pieces of myself I had to pick up one by one without apology. Healing didn't come all at once. It didn't crash through my life like some miracle on demand. It came slower, quieter, more honest than I expected. It asked more from me than I thought I could give, and still I said yes. I'm still saying yes, one step at a time. Step one, I tell the truth about what happened, and I tell the truth about what it did to me, both of them together, because without both, the story stays broken. Without both, the healing stays unfinished. The facts matter, the moments, the details, the decisions that were made around me, the ones I made too. But the feelings matter just as much. The quiet devastations nobody else could see, the anger I had to swallow just to keep moving, the sadness that settled in when nobody was looking, the exhaustion that felt like it would never leave. I don't decorate the truth. I don't water it down. I don't run past it on the way to some prettier story. I tell it as it was, as I lived it. Because if I cannot face the truth about what happened, I will never be able to build the truth about who I am becoming. Step two, I look back at where my values got crossed up, where I started living by rules that weren't mine, where fear crept in and took the steering wheel, where survival shaped my decisions and self-abandonment felt like the only cost I could afford to pay. I named those places without flinching, without hiding behind, I did what I had to do, even if sometimes I did. I honor the fact that survival has its reasons, but I also honor the truth that survival was never supposed to be my final destination. I see the cracks in the foundation, not so I can condemn myself, but so I can stop pretending they aren't there, so I can stop building new dreams on broken ground. Step 3, I remember who I was before survival became my compass. I reach back through the noise, through the silence, through the 1,000 different ways the world tried to tell me who I was supposed to be. I listen for the sound of my own spirit, the values that feel like oxygen to me, the ones that feel like freedom, not fear. I pick them up, sometimes with trembling hands, sometimes with anger, sometimes with grief I don't even have words for. But I pick them up because they are mine, and they are waiting for me to live like I remember, like I believe myself again, like I trust that I am allowed to choose a different life. Step 4, I move. I don't sit in the knowing and call it healing. I don't collect wisdom like trophies. I move. One step, one conversation, one prayer, one boundary, one brave decision at a time. I don't wait until I feel fearless. I don't wait until it's easy. I don't wait for permission. I move with my fear beside me because the life I'm building matters more than my comfort. I move like somebody who finally believes they deserve to live free. Step 5, I build a life that protects what I'm planting. I don't treat healing like a moment I get to check off a list. I treat it like tending a home I want to live inside, day after day, year after year. I set up rhythms, routines, practices that remind me who I am when the world tries to make me forget. I protect my peace, not because I'm afraid of being hurt again, but because I finally know that my peace is holy. It deserves a place to grow without interruption. I build a life I don't need a vacation from, one small, honest ritual at a time. And step 5B, when I drift, because I will. I don't pretend not to notice. I don't shame myself either. I realign. I catch the drift early. Before I'm halfway down a path that doesn't belong to me, I course correct. Gently when I can, firmly when I must. I come back to the foundation I built with my own 2 hands. I come back to my truth. I come back to my chosen life again and again, until returning to myself feels as natural as breathing, until it feels like home. This is the house that healing built. Not perfect, not shiny, but real and strong and mine. Built brick by truth, strengthened by grace, lived in every day by the person I am still becoming. This is the revolution, not the one on the news, not the one with banners and slogans, the quiet one, the deep one, the one that starts when one person decides, I will not leave myself behind again. It starts here. It starts now. It starts with me. And that piece is called The House That Healing Built. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Mentally Magnificent. And I wrote that piece. Sometimes I write because it's a reminder to myself. It's like the 5B experience of saying when I drift off, when I get discouraged, when I get in myself, how do I remind myself of the path that I'm on, of the destination to freedom that I'm taking? And so sometimes my writing is for me. It's a map to remind me not only where I've been, but where I'm going, the house that I'm choosing to live in this chapter of life. And so I share that with you, hopefully as inspiration for your healing journey. Hopefully these steps are taking you to a place in your own life that feels more like home, more like the oxygen we breathe almost automatically. Hopefully you see it as the uncovering, being able to uncover who you really are so that we can begin to live in more honesty and truth, but also in more love. As we take those boulders out of our life, it leaves space for love, and that gives us the capacity to love the unhealed parts of others better. And I think that is where we start to see a change in community. For a long time working in this space, before I was a farmer, I was a consultant. I worked with churches and community organizations and small businesses, taking visions and put them into reality, creating programs and organizations that were following someone's vision. And we were doing, and the doing wasn't transforming us. And part of this is about seeing transformation become real. Not so much for the outside, because I had determined I wasn't going to be a martyr. You know, you go down for the cause and you're the one that's suffering and bleeding and poisonous. And so healing had to be real for me. If healing is how we're going to fix community, and I believe it is, then it had to work for me. Healing had to happen for me, and I had to see transformation in my own life. And so this and other tools, but this has been one of the things that has helped me to be able to create a better map to that place. And so this poem or story or spoken word piece is part of that reflection for me. So that's what I had to share with you this morning. And when I write it down, it's not long-winded. It doesn't go on a half hour. So I'll try to be efficient with your time. How are you guys feeling? Okay, let's see. Let me check in. Mare is feeling inspired and peaceful. Kim is feeling refreshed. How am I feeling this morning? Humored. I have some things rolling around in my mind that make me chuckle. And one of them is all my children getting together. We're in the planning process of going out for my oldest daughter's graduation, which is why I got to get my blanket together. And just the thought of all of my children coming together in their adulthood state and the grandchildren, it makes me chuckle. Feeling worried. No need to qualify it. If you feel worried, you feel worried. Little, big, feeling worried. There's probably real things to worry about or to feel worried about. And it's processing that, understanding why you're feeling worried and whether it's something you have control over and choose to spend your energy in that way. Because we get to choose. There's no right or wrong. You can feel worried all day long if you want to. It's deciding how you want to spend your energy. And this gives you a tool to be able to process that so that we're not just shoving those feelings away, that we're really processing them to a healing resolution. There's a lot of things in life that make us sad or concerned or lots of emotions right now swirling. So worried, we honor that. We honor that. And the energy it takes to carry worry throughout the day. Any questions? I've posted the link for anyone that needs some help as you get to one of the steps. Tomorrow is Tuesday. If you have completed any of your healing cycles that you've started and would like to share your 5B, and want to create either a written or a video clip, if you'll send those to me, you can send it to Lorana at nowastedtime.com or friends at nowastedtime.com. And if you get it to me before we go live, I can incorporate those in so that we too get to celebrate with you. So if you've got 5B writings or whatever you've done for your 5B, oftentimes I suggest doing a letter to yourself, dear me. Here's what we want to say in our most loving voice, but it can be any way that you choose. If it's a picture or a drawing or some artistic expression, some creative expression that is meaningful to you, and you'd like to share that with us, please send that to me. We'd like to celebrate with you. You've gotten to the joy part of the cycle, and we'd like to celebrate that with you. Celebrate your progress. Um, Feel free to share that. All right. Any questions? If you're coming in after we're starting, or after the live time, if you're watching it on lag time, feel free to drop your comments in the chat, and so that we can honor and identify with them. Yeah, your 5B. It's your love letter to yourself, but it really can be any form that you take on. I give you a suggestion. Good morning, Sarah B. A suggestion of, dear self, dear Lorana, who were we then? Who are we now? What's the learning in the middle? And let me tell you how I use that for myself. It's that reminder, feeling rested. Very good. Very good. Me too. I went to bed. I'm getting it in. There's times in life where, am I making progress? Am I on a plateau? Or something comes up that I haven't dealt with, and I'm feeling the weight of it. And those give me the opportunity to be able to remind me of me. Those are I don't want to say breadcrumbs, but they're the plots on the map that say, in case you get stuck. In case you get stuck. Self. Here's a love letter to myself. Here's a reminder to me of the progress, even. Because sometimes it's like, I feel like I'm in a plateau. Am I making any progress in my own life? The growth thing. And sometimes it's saying, girl, let me show you where you've been. Let me show you what you've been through. You can do it. You can do the hard stuff and come out. And now how far away from that moment you are. So it's almost like putting those, sometimes when I'm working on something, especially a big writing project, I save a version before I'm doing some changes. Here's the version 1. Here's version 2. I don't go back too far. Sometimes I need to go back, but I don't go back too far. And like those for me in my life have become that thing that I say, whoa, that's where we were. Because even my healing gets better. My healing gets better. So it's really for you. It's saying, here's the value I get out of it. This stuff cost me, because we go through that last step, 5A, losses. What did this whole situation cost you? Like real talk. Life energy. I treat it like currency. What's my life currency? How much oxygen did I waste on this? In them cycles and spiraling and just dysfunction. And it's saying, I see what it cost me. What's the yappas? What's the value I'm going to get out of this? Me personally, I've been in business. I was self-employed most of my adult professional life before I retired. I'm not putting money out there in business without expecting a return. Does everything you put out give you a return? No, but you don't go into business not expecting a return on your investment. I want to get my money back and some. I treat my life currency just as I would treat my business, and the dollars and cents and the time and the energy I put into that. Because my life is at least that important. For me, it's more important. And so I want to know I'm getting something for the energy, the pain, the grief, the losses. My list sometimes be long. What did you lose? Girl, this cost you a lot. It was expensive. That one little incident was expensive. I'm going to get some return out of it. And that's the whole premise behind no wasted time. It's not you not going to waste my time. It's saying nothing in my life is going to be wasted if I can help it. Not one experience is going to be wasted. I'm going to get something from it. And part of me sharing is a mathematical calculation. If I get the value out of my life, I've gotten my return on my investment. If I can share it and you get something out of it, that's the yappas. That's the extra in my life. It's kind of like my inside joke with trauma, with that part of our existence. It's saying, I'm going to get something out of this. This is what others meant for evil, you get good out of. Others were doing their best, but they got issues and their best traumatized me. I got issues and I was doing my best and my best traumatized me. I'm going to get something for this. I've already paid with the energy of my life. Some baggage I carried for decades, literally. I'm carrying these boulders around and wondering why I'm so exhausted with life. I'm getting my money's worth out of life. And so part of me sharing and that 5B process become the reminders of the stepping stones of the mountains that I have climbed. When you start, there's a mountain that I go hike. I'm pointing like y'all can see, it's up the hill. But part of it follows the original Incan trail. Stones still there where these Incans walked to the sacred places, and in between, it was their highway. And I go hike. Depending on how much energy, I hike the hard way. And you go and you walk on these stones. But then you got to take this steep ascent up to Pachamama Hill. Pachamama is like Mother Earth. It's a plateau that looks out in 360 degrees. It's a wonderful place. And I take my kite and my picnic basket. I have a backpack picnic basket now because my picnic baskets have to fit my life. And I go up there. Well, because of my injury, I'm testing to see. Now I can go the hard way or I can take a taxi to the top and walk in and it's relatively flat and it's not much effort. I got enough walk in me, but I'm building back up my stamina. And in life, we have these hurdles and we get to the top of that mountain and then we rest a little bit and then we say, ooh, here's something else that's come up. And we get to that and then we realize, man, we're looking down into this valley and like, man, I've done all of this where I've scaled these mountains in my life. I've let go of these really heavy boulders and let them free. And now I'm refilling my life with those things that are loving. And so we just have the opportunity for reflection. And that was a long way around saying step 5B has been that for me. It's those milestones. It's the celebration of the milestones. So yes, if you can record that, send it to me or send me a link if you've got it somewhere. You can email it to me. You can send it to me on social media. If it's something that's got a link, like it's on YouTube or your social media, then you can just drop a link here in the chat. I think I should be able to copy that and pull it up live. So try to make it easy, but try to make it easy for me because I got issues with technology. So make it very simple. Don't do anything really complicated or I may not be able to make it work for you. So, but share it in the best way you can if you have that. If it's written, definitely send that to me in the text form as well. Sarah B's feeling rested. Good morning, Jackie. Buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? Hopefully, todo bien. And thank you for joining me this morning. That's what I got to share with you this morning. If you're coming in later, go back to the beginning. Just drag your time bar back to the beginning of it so you catch it as if we're right there with you. And we'll be holding space for you. So thank you for joining us as we come together and hold space for each other to heal and for just committing that time to be intentional about your healing journey. If there's any questions, I can help you with the process. Please put those in the chat. I monitor it while I'm tinkering around the house. I go on mute and sometimes turn my camera off so y'all can't really see what I'm doing. I don't be doing nothing much, but it'd be distracting and I don't want to distract you. Mayor's feeling free and liberated. Oh, it's gone. The free and liberated, we're taking that. Free and liberated to be creative. So creative. That may be something that comes from that freed up energy. All right, if you have questions along the way, feel free to put those in the chat. If you're coming in and want to share with us how you're feeling this morning so that we can participate in identifying with you. Healing is so much easier when it's a shared journey and we're doing it together. So thank you for being a part of us healing together. All right, have a great Monday. Have a great start to your week. And yeah, that's what I got. All right, I'm going into quiet mode. free and liberated and creative. Awesome, Mayor. I've been talking, but I've been on mute. So let me try it again. Thank you for letting me join you and for being a part of this healing journey and intentionally setting space uh, to be able to heal together. Thank you for letting me be a part of that. And thank you for holding space for others to be able to have this intentional healing time. And I'll be here at the same place, same time tomorrow. If you have sharings from your 5B, if you finished any of your healing cycles and want to share that, get that to me so that we can join in celebrating and experiencing that joy with you tomorrow. And I'll be here the same place, same time. If you have questions, feel free to reach out. And if you have not already gotten the book and want to join in on the challenge, go to nowastedtime.com or globalundergroundrailroad.com, and you can purchase the digital book that'll let you download it immediately. If you'd like a print copy of the book, you can go to Amazon and look for Revolution Must Come to Our House, Our Home, and be able to get that. And you should get it within a couple of days. So thanks for joining and letting me be a part of your healing journey. And let's heal together. Take care. Have a great Monday. Bye bye.